Hello again, it's Miss Schultz. Now we're going to talk about problem number 2. Problem number 2 is the would you rather problem. And my printer didn't really turn out very well, but it kind of looks like this. It says would you rather, a little box with the amounts that you're going to be looking at, and then just some pictures of some cookies. So I wrote it on here because it was a little bit easier for me to see. So this problem says, would you rather sell a batch of cookies for 50 cents each with a cost to make of $8? Or would you rather sell a batch of cookies for $15 with a cost to make of $6? So we need to figure out which one we should do. Now it looks like since we're selling things, we're making money. And I don't know about you, but I want to make a lot of money, so I'm going to be looking for the one that makes the most money. So I'm going to say makes the most money. And these two little problems tell us the situation that's going on. So we're going to have to figure out which one of them actually makes more money. So we're going to start with this one. It says, you sell a batch of 30 cookies for 50 cents each. How could I figure out how much money I make by selling 30 cookies for 50 cents? Well, I know if I take 50 cents times 2, so if I have 50 cents and 50 cents, I have $1. So 2 times 50 cents equals $1. So then I could use that to figure out, okay, well, if it takes me 2 cookies to make $1, I could skip count all the way up to 30 and figure out how much that would cost me, or how much I would make if I sold those 30 cookies. So I'm going to skip count. I'm going to go skip count by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. Boom. I've sold 30 cookies now. Each of these dots is going to represent $1. So each of these dots all together is going to tell how much money I made when I sold those 30 cookies for 50 cents each. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 15 dots. That means I made $15 when I sold my 30 cookies. But I'm not done there. I'm not done yet. It's then saying had a cost to make of $8. That means to buy my chocolate chips, to buy my sugar, to buy my mixing bowl. It cost me $8. So I don't have that money anymore. So I have to get rid of it. I have to do 15 minus the $8 I had to spend to make my cookies. So 15 minus 8 is $7. So that means this, with this method, I would have made $7. So let's see how much money I make with this method. It says I'm selling a batch of cookies for $15 with a cost to make of $6. So this is very similar. The difference is this word here. It says, in our first problem it said 30 cookies for 50 cents each. That's why we had to do this little calculating thing to see how much money they sold those cookies for. But this one already tells us. It says they sold a batch of 30 cookies for $15. So I made $15. But my cost now to make my mixing bowl, my flour, my sugar, costs only $6. So I'm going to go $15 minus 6. And that equals 9. So with this method, I made $9 overall. This method, I only made $7. So which one would be better? This one. It makes the most money. So I would rather sell a batch of 30 cookies for $15 with the cost to make of $6. All right, now our final problem we're going to do is the word problem for number 8. Let's see if I can get this to fit on the screen. All right. Our word problem here says, Angela and Eliza are playing a game of basketball. Angela scored 30 points. Eliza scored 3 times as many points as Angela did. How many points did Angela and Eliza score altogether? Show how you figured it out. There's a few ways you could go about solving this problem. I'm going to show one way that helps me use a picture to solve this problem. So I know that Angela scored 30 points, so I'm going to write that down. Oops. Angela scored 30 points. And I'm going to draw this one box to represent the 30 points that Angela scored. Then it goes on to say that Eliza scored 3 times as many. It doesn't just straight up say how many points Eliza scored. It just tells you 3 times as many as Angela. So I'm going to draw 3 boxes to represent that. And see, here's the same amount, but she needs to score 3 times as many, so I'm going to draw my 3 boxes. 2, 3. It's okay if these aren't perfect rectangles. They're just representing things. And I'm going to label each of these with 30 because they are the same amount. All these are the same amount. Angela scored 30 points. Eliza scored 3 times as many as Eliza. Do we know how many points Eliza scored now? Well, we can use it to figure out. We'll do 30 plus 30 plus 30. That equals 90 points. Now our final question says, how many points did Eliza and Angela score all together? Our key words here are all together. So I'm going to go, all together means addition. So I'm going to go 30 plus 90. That equals 120. If I need my labels, so they scored 120 points. And there's my final answer. The other way you could have figured this out, it works the exact same way, it just looks slightly different. You know that Angela scored 30 points. And Eliza scored 3 times as many as Angela. You could do 3 times 30. Angela scored 30, Eliza scored 3 times as many, so 3 times 30 equals 100 or equals 90. Then you'll add them up at the end. 30 plus 90 equals 120. This is more of a method if you prefer to use your multiplication. Then this is more of a method if you prefer to use addition.